Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and yes, and oh my gosh, we have Halloween / Summerween haulage action, which I have no business buying, but I have that, and then I also have some even more business not buying, semi-annual sale stuff. There's just been the 75% off discounts have been quite hefty, and if I take one route home from work, there's one on the way, and that place just has so much 75% off stuff that I was just like, you know, let me just see and see what's going on. Of course, you like pick up things here and there. There's also a grocery store in that plaza as well, so I can kind of do grocery shopping and Bath and Body Works, and it's just it's a dangerous formula. But yes, so I do have some SAS stuff, but I'm actually quite happy with it. Like super juiced with a lot of the purchases, especially for 75% off or a few bucks or whatever it is. So we'll do that on the second half, but the first half will be the Halloween stuff. Yes. So yesterday was the online only member exclusive Summerween preview. Full price, nothing was on sale, total bummer, and I really had no business buying any of this, but I was like, you know what, it's my birthday this week, like let me just like have something to look forward to and like, you know, haul on camera and all that kind of stuff. And what was really truly the impetus for it was that it has always pissed me off and regretted that I was not able to obtain that crown lid Disney Princess online exclusive candle. Those never went into stores. They went to Canada, but they didn't go to the US. And it wasn't so much that I care about Disney or Halloween or wanting to really like own the candle in my possession, but rather I just wanted to smell it. And I just kind of wanted to be able to verify with my own nose, is this a repackage? Is this new? Is this like a really juicy fragrance? And so when this friggin' Sugar Spell Sweets for $49.95 showed up online with the snow globe thing, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like, it's gonna bother me. Like I couldn't get the Disney Princess one. And I speculate that this candle might not go into stores. So the Easter one that I ironically got for $10.99 or whatever just recently, the Easter White Gardenia Snow Globe did make it into stores, but this one said a member exclusive, online exclusive, or it said member exclusive. And so I was like, if it's a member exclusive, kind of like the Disney ones, those never went into the stores, and then I won't be able to smell it. And so I was like, this might be my only shot. And it does come in a like box like this, and the side label does say Halloween Loyalty OE, and so Loyalty OE must mean Loyalty Online Exclusive, right? Which means it's only if you can log in online as a member, as a member loyalty, and then OE means online exclusive. So I would assume because that label says that, it's probably going to be online exclusive, but sometimes you know how they send a few candles to some stores anyways, so I don't know. But in any case, I didn't want to take a chance on it like the Disney Princess Crown one, which I still wish I could just like smell, and so I was like, you know what, let me order this one. But much to my disappointment, the notes on Sugar Spell Sweets seem so much more generic than the Princess one, so ugh. But in any case, okay, cool, Halloween first and then SAS. So since we're speaking about Sugar Spell Sweets, yes, here it is. It came a box inside of a box or whatever, and let's see, manufacturing date 2025 163. So what is that, June 12th 2025? Wait, that's really recent, isn't it? Oh my god. Okay, cool. And it just says Snow Globe Spooky Layer Cake, and then once again it says Sugar Spell Sweets Halloween Loyalty OE. It came in styrofoam. There was a thing on top, and then there's like two little grooves where the snow globe and the candle lie in. Okay, and everything came as one piece, and oh my gosh, how juicy is this? I mean, I will literally never decorate with this, so it seems almost like a waste for me to even own this, because like I don't decorate for Halloween, and like if I did decorate with Halloween, it wouldn't be pink and purple, but like it does speak to my inner like teeny bopper, like if I was a teeny bopper who collected like Monster High dolls or whatever, like this would be so up that alley, right? I mean, how juicy. I wish I could somehow give this to my nieces, but they would break this in a moment with the glass on there. And so it says a candle lid on there, and that's what that looks like. And I'm gonna take it off because I'm scared. And that's what the gasket looks like there. And so here it is again. I think there's glitter on the bat up there, and yeah, it's super cute, super cute. It reminds me of like when there was that, they made over the Magic Kingdom castle to be like the Treats gingerbread looking cupcake version. It kind of reminds me of that. But in any case, then we have rather a simple, and like this is very not expensive to produce, is just a metallic painted jar with, it's like a frosted metallic matte jar with a very simple die cut label on there, and that's what that looks like. It has Sugar Spell Sweets on it and the skull, Corwix in white wax, $49.95, Spooktacular sponge cake with buttercream and mystical vanilla. And I was like, oh, like that's what it is. I was like, there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect because Sugar Spell Sweets I would think of more like a Pez or rock candy or like sweet tarts or like, you know, their rainbow unicorn sprinkles and their rosewater ivy and vanilla bean, that type of like candy fragrance that we get. But it's not. It's like the most basic like cookie cake fragrance ever. Yeah. And so right off the bat, it is not strawberry sponge cake, even though it calls out a sponge cake note. There's no really heavy emphasis on a strawberry or anything like that. There isn't that super artificial like strawberry jam note in here whatsoever. It is not sprinkle birthday cake. That also had a, it didn't say it, but it was like an implied strawberry, like a chilled strawberry, like coolness to it, and it had a very distinct smell and flavor to it. It is not sprinkle birthday cake. It reminds me most of the sugar cookie candle that we got from Candle Day, and so there was that. And this was warm vanilla, creamy butter, crisp brown edges sprinkled with sugar. Yeah, it's quite similar to the sugar cookie candle. Also kind of similar to like Danbury shortbread. It is not this, however. There's like a very distinct difference between this and the Sugar Spell Sweets on cold, but like you see where I'm going in terms of the sort of generic like sugar cookie, butter cookie, like some kind of like cakey moment. We also have Mary Cookie as well. This is so much more buttery. Wow. Oh my God. Once again, I always say this like it's all so buttery that it almost smells cheesy. It is not that, but like that category of fragrances is where this lies in. Yeah, I would say sugar cookie is the closest. And because it came with the lid not like sealed on the candle, it's not very strong either because there's like no seal, because this is like separate in the box like this. So yeah, it's kind of a hard read to be honest, but I would say sugar cookie is the most closest thing. Yeah. And it's not vanilla bean from the White Barn core line either, which also used to be vanilla bean marshmallow and then like pretty much vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. It doesn't smell like that either. Yeah, there's like a warm, creamy, sort of buttery sugar cookie type of fragrance is what it is. And especially because this is like also pink and purple. I feel like some kind of pink, purple, like sweet candy, like unicorn sprinkles and like the deceptive rosewater ivy and vanilla bean would have matched this concept, or what was it, Enchanted Candy Potion again? Like that would have matched this so much more than just a generic cake fragrance. But also, I guess this snow globe is a cake, so it maybe had to be like a layer cake. But couldn't have been like a blackberry layer cake or something. I don't know, just a little generic. Honestly, like if you're somebody who's just here for fragrance, much like I am, this truly, I would not say to dish out the $49.95 on it. This is purely a decorative piece. And it's like, because it is so decorative, I almost don't want to burn it, but I have to. Like I have to review it. So that's Sugar Spell Sweets right there. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, at least I can always put this snow globe on a different candle, but will I? Probably not. Okay, so there was that. We then have Ice Cream Float, which is the other new fragrance, and that's what that looks like. And this is the total wraparound on it right here. I was wondering what the lid would be, and it is like a kind of like a tufted, quilted looking moment with, what is that? Like bat ribbons and skulls. There we go. Yeah. So nice touch to at least have a like a decorative lid rather than just a plain black one. Unfortunately, because this bottom part is like a matte finish, it does scuff up quite a bit like in transit, which isn't cool. And then there's some like raised UV action up on the detail there. And yeah, kind of cute, fun, whimsical, you know, typical Bath & Body Works Halloween packaging. It looks professional enough, so whatevs. Let's see. Ice Cream Float, $26.95. Fizzing Cola, Frightful Vanilla Float, and Spooky Sweetness. This has the thick rope-like wicks with the white wax on it, and that's what that looks like. And yeah, It's like a spicier, so if you recall, vanilla cola candy is obviously going to be the first thing that people are going to ask. We had a vanilla cola candy from back in the day. Here's that. I was literally just burning it the other day in like preparation for this new candle. And yeah, they are similar. This one's sweeter and more like a gummy type of fragrance, like a sweet candy gummy. And then this one, on the other hand, smells much spicier. Yeah, there's like a very spicy, doesn't like root beer or cola have like anise and sassafras or something like that in there? That type of, or was it like ginger too? Like those type of soda spices are quite prominent, but at least it does give it like an authentic fizzy and effervescent action that captures the very like fizzy effervescent cola component more so than the vanilla cola candy. But for something that is called float and also like says vanilla float and spooky sweetness as a note, it's not really like creamy or overly sweet. I mean, it is definitely sweet. Like it's still it's like a very sweet cola soda fragrance for sure. But like on cold, don't expect some like super creamy, like fluffy marshmallow moment in there. It's very much like a kind of spicy cola fragrance. Yeah, it's like, it's so like bubbly and effervescent and so authentic on those like sort of soda spices that I feel like my nose is even getting tickled just like smelling it. Like it evokes truly like drinking cola or something and it like starts bubbling or foaming, you know? So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I would say, yeah, much heavier emphasis on the effervescent, sparkly cola action and a little less like candy, gummy, vanilla than this one. But they are two different fragrances and yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool that we have a cola fragrance. I mean, if you love vanilla cola candy, it's just these soda fragrances are the one categories where I'm just like, I really don't want my house smelling like a soda. And so like I do have like root beer float in my collection too. And it's not this. This is so like distinctly root beer, whereas this is very much cola. But it's just like those like soda fragrances, it's just like, I don't know, I really don't want my house smelling like soda. Like it's very fun and novelty, but it's not like a go-to fragrance. It's very much a novelty specific, just like a novelty candle for sure. But I mean, I guess for Halloween, you do want novelty and kind of candy, sugary soda action, so it kind of makes sense. But interesting choice to also turn it in to a body care, which we also have right here, and that's what that looks like. Cute packaging on this. The purple is super fun. We have like a black matte metallic lid on there. Fizzing cola, frightful vanilla float, and spooky sugars. So the notes are slightly different. This one's spooky sweetness and this one's spooky sugars. And I used this as hand wash just a moment ago and it smells pretty similar to the candle. It was just very strange washing my hands with like the smell of cola, and I feel like it would be even more peculiar to wash my entire body with that, but okay. I had a reward and it was the one new one, so I was like, okay, let me just get it in there and see how it does. A lot of these kind of like bloom, or you get a better experience when you actually use in the shower and heat up with the steam and everything, so I can't give my full judgment on it. But that is the new body care right here in case you're wondering. Yes. Okay, and I think that's it for the Halloween action. It's really all I wanted because everything else was repackaged to the heavens, or should I say hell because it's Halloween. But in any case, what? Ghoul Friend again, pumpkin carving, wicked vanilla woods, vampire blood. I mean, yeah, the packaging is all cute and fun and whatever. Candy apple cauldron with a juicy ass like bubbling top on it, which is really fun, but not for the full price for a repackaged candle that I had from last year. So all of it was totally repackaged. These were the only two new fragrances, so there was that. The stuff is super cute. They're product designers even outside of like fragrance, but just like the trinkets are stellar. I mean, they really do a great job. They must have a massive team of product designers. All the pocket backs with the cute characters. I mean, there's a lot of originality and creativity in there. All the juicy pedestals. There's like a frog wearing a witch hat, and there's like a pedestal for that, as well as like the black cat with the ribbon is so freaking cute. I mean, so much cuteness, but it's almost like Halloween. There's more emphasis on the trinkets and the decor and like home decor accessories and items, even more so than the fragrance and candles. And so it's kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, it's a really cute, juicy thing, but it's more so almost becoming more of an accessory and home decor launch than it is fragrance. And I just wish there was like a bigger candle lineup. But then again, this is just supposedly Summerween. And so we're speculating there might be still a full Halloween launch later on. I'm not really sure if this is the same as Halloween, but just early, or if there's distinctly a Summerween launch and a Halloween launch. I do not know. So yeah. But in any case, yeah, so fragrance selection is a little bit of a bummer, especially with Sugar Spell Sweets being so similar to other cake cookie fragrances. That's not super new. And then kind of just interesting to have cola as this plus body care fragrance. So yeah, I don't know. Also, it said Frankenstein's Bakery was supposed to be a theme on it, and it kind of makes sense for this juicy ass sponge cake topper. But outside of that, there's not really too much of a bakery theme going on. I guess there's like a cute, like $300, $200 and some dollar luminary that looks like a sweet shop. So I guess that kind of fits into that. But then the other stuff is just kind of, I don't know, here, there, and everywhere with the black cat and the frog. It doesn't really go into Frankenstein's Bakery. So a little bit of a mismatch to like name it Frankenstein's Bakery, but then really not have too much by the way of bakery. And like, where's our like full-blown like gourmand candles in body care that's in the Frankenstein's Bakery theme? That would have been really juicy. Like, yes, this is, I guess, it's gourmand in the sense that it's edible, but like, I want like baked items, you know, like cupcakes and cakes and cookies and all the juicy, you know, pies or whatever it is. So I feel like they could have gone a little bit harder on the bakery theme, but yeah. I guess they always have to balance out their top sellers versus just then trickling in some newness. So there was that. But still, overall, super cute. The design aesthetic and the fun, whimsical element of it, that luminary and all the wallflower plugins. I mean, there's just so much incredible detail and cuteness all infused in all of those products. So as much as the fragrance selections are a little ho-hum, I never want to discredit the amount of work that must have gone in to get this whole like design and all the details launched and everything down to like the lids. I mean, there's just so many moving parts and so many little things to go into it. And they were able to coordinate it and also launch it early for Summerween. So I don't want to discredit that whatsoever. Okay, that was it for the Halloween stuff. I will burn those in the coming days and do reviews, and there's that. Okay, cool. And then SAS action. Yes, no business having any of this, but shower gels were like 75% off, and soaps were like cheap too, and so were candles, and so we'll just blast through this because there's nothing super new with this. I think Everyday Luxuries went down to $3.99 or something, so I got a pistachio glaze, the non-brown version, but the one that looks more clear and pretty. So this pistachio glaze right here. I don't have the notes, but this is divine. Oh my god, like on cold, you smell plenty of that sort of pistachio almond cream type of fragrance that's not too far off from like your toasted pistachio vanilla candle, and it's very much that experience while you're using it. But the dry down is that most beautiful like perfumey almond blossom smell that they often have in their like almond and pistachio fragrances. If you recall the almond blossom candle, it's like that type of dry down. And wasn't almond blossom also a body care at one point? Yeah, so it's like the best of both worlds of the dry down of the almond blossom, not quite a sandalwood heavy, but still plenty of that sort of pistachio almond gourmand action up front, and it's so strong and so divine, and it like has massive dry down on it. So I've been super satisfied with this. If you're just looking for an awesome gourmand up front, but then longevity due to a woodsy, perfumey undertone action, then check out Pistachio Glaze. It was truly excellent. Cool. It's just always nice to come across a strong shower gel that also has a dry down, especially in the midst of like their SAS water down bringbacks. Vanilla Suede, which was the online exclusive, and this was the one I was really looking forward to, but then they brought it into the store, so I was like, girl, for 70% off, put it in the bag. So we did, and that's that right here. It's cozy vanilla, brushed suede, and crisp linen, and I like this. It's a little bit acquired in the sense that it's very laundry, like, oh my god, laundry. Like, literally smells like you've brought your laundry washing machine into your bathroom and somehow just shoved it into your shower, and then like it literally smells like sudsing, soapy laundry detergent action all up in there. But there's a novelty and just a ridiculous amount of like cleanness that comes along with that association that it's quite fun. I would say the vanilla is like negligible. I mean, there is a little bit of a sweetness running through it that makes it a little bit more palatable and not so harsh, but it's still very much plenty of laundry detergent with a little bit of like a sweet like smoothness, just ever so slightly to make it a little bit more tolerable for body care. But I like how strong and also kind of novelty it is, and just how much it's associated with like cleanliness, and so I really like that. So Vanilla Suede, really get a kick out of this one. So I'm actually glad to found that and picked that up as well. Oh my god, this one I've seen many times, and I was like, let me just finally get it because it's 75% off or whatever it is. And it's Pink Watermelon Blast, and oh my god, look how like teeny bopper this packaging is. Juicy pink watermelon, sugar, strawberry blossoms, and lime zest. This is very similar to watermelon lemonade in candle form, as well as the strawberry melon single wick, as well as the pink watermelon candle. But this is like the best representation of it. It's so strong, it's so juicy, it's like candy, Jolly Rancher, amazing pink watermelon action. Oh my god, I mean, you even get like sort of that cucumbery, like watermelon rind or skin or whatever, mixed with a awesome zesty like strawberry seeds and lemon combo, and it's just divine. It just smells like the most awesome, sugary sweet, like just completely bathed myself in like pink Jolly Ranchers, and it's friggin' excellent. I love it. And because this is such an awesome experience, like showering yourself with this, I was like, oh my god, I don't have a watermelon lemonade in my collection anymore, and there is quite a bit of like a lemon pucker to this fragrance and a refreshingness that it does smell very much similar to watermelon lemonade. And this was from Candle Day from last year, and of course it is 75% off in stores now, and so I did pick it up. I haven't had it for such a long time. It's just one of those fragrances that are always coming back, so you never like give it a second thought. But when I was using this shower gel, I was like, I would love to also have that burning after the shower, and they go very well together. And this is still such a strong, amazing performer. I've burned it twice and it's just excellent. So watermelon lemonade right there. Let's see, my sister and both my mother wanted the Disney Princess Belle shower gels, and my store has the Disney stuff in abundance. So I picked up 2 of these, one for my mom and one for my sister. So those are just kind of going in the stash. Love this shower gel. It's my favorite from that whole collection. Doesn't really smell like whole lot like rose petals to me, but whatever. It's kind of like a Victoria's Secret body care moment. So strong, juicy, and delicious, and so I love it. I'm almost done with mine, and so I got 2 for them. On the Belle train, I think the soap was some kind of sale, probably 50% off, and I was like, I never had this soap, and my shower gel's coming to an end, so let me try it in a different format. So I do have it in the hand soap here as well. Speaking of hand soaps, the Christmas in July stuff finally went 75% off. And so I got a Fresh Balsam hand soap. I love using this during the holiday time, and living in Florida among palm trees and stuff, I was like, okay, this would be perfect to actually use during the holiday time. So I'll just save this for the holiday time frame and use it then, and it'll be like cute on my kitchen counter or whatever. So Fresh Balsam right there, excellent and beautiful like representation of that fragrance in that format. Also, there was probably some, you know, the price points have been like fluctuating so much. Freshwater Waves right here. I just often I prefer almost the fresh, clean fragrances for soap now more than the huge gourmand bakery, because it's like when you wash your hands with pumpkin pecan waffles, as much as I like that fragrance, it smells like then I've spilled maple syrup on my hands. So I kind of lean more towards the fresh and clean now, especially during the summertime when it's hot. High Tide to Aloe Leaf and Warm Driftwood, very much like a sort of a briny aquatic fragrance that doesn't go too cologne-y. I get a bit of like a kind of like a nuzzly sage and aloe moment to this, but still quite nice nonetheless. So happy to have that for a low price. Let's see. I really wanted this wallflower the whole time, and I was in the store picking up something else. I was like, you know what, let me just get a Flowers from Mom. Beautiful, beautiful, like floral perfumey fragrance. It's just absolutely exquisite. If this was in a candle, I'd smash it in a moment. Fresh cut peonies, white lilies, and lotus rose. I mean, just friggin' excellent. Like when peonies and rose are in the same fragrance, you know, I'm gonna be totally all about it. So have yet another wallflower to add to my stash that I will not get through in the longest time. And then lastly, yes, I was like, I feel like this is kind of like a ritual now where like every other SAS I pick this candle up, because this is one of those that I do really enjoy a lot. And it's just like oh my God, I hope this doesn't like, you just never know when a candle is just gonna get dropped out of the blue, you know, and like it might not come back again. It's one of those that I just really like having a backup, and I kind of burn it like very occasionally throughout the year. And so the current one that I have maybe has like 1/3 left of it. So, and that is pink lavender and espresso right here. Even though lavender marshmallow is 75% off currently, there is indeed a little bit of an extra brown sugar espresso caramel action in this. This makes it a little bit more roasty and robust and just evokes a hint of espresso that I really, really enjoy. And so this was $10.99, and yeah, I love it. Excellent. Super, super sooty, hotty, messy ass burn, but it's one of those that I'm willing to put up with. And I was just like, this might come back out in the fall again like it did last year, but just in case it doesn't, let me just have one in backup. So that was pink lavender and espresso right there. And I always love the pale pink neutral packaging on this. Cool, and I think I've rambled my butt off. I think that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on Summerween and SAS. There's so much fall newness. Well, kind of, not really candles, but like wallflowers and other things that are trickling into stores. Super excited to sniff all those out once they come into all stores for the official floor set. And fall is always just like high reviewing and candle vlogging season, so we'll see how that goes. But in any case, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.